Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my E-Z-GO golf cart that I turned into my own version of a John Deere GATOR. This was purchased many years ago for $1,000. It didn't have many hours on it, and I decided that the GATOR's too expensive, and obviously John Deere parts are extremely expensive, that I could make my own for cheap and it would just be just as good, if not better. So I'm going to walk around it, get a general idea what I did. That's my dog Brandy guarding my golf cart. And now I'll start from the back and work my way forward and tell you all the details and all the modifications I made to it. But first, I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to put my gloves on. It's just a little bit easier on me because my hands are getting cold. All right, I'm back again. So the first thing I'm going to show is the back here. That's the tool rack, and I bought that at Sears. That's something that you can purchase, and it's for putting in a garage and hanging your tools on the wall. I just modified it, bought some angle iron brackets, and attached it inside my box. That wasn't very difficult, but it's extremely useful. I added the slow moving sign on the back. Use it on the farm. And that's that. I'm going to go underneath before I forget. And I'll show you my hitch that I added. And since I don't know how to weld, and I'm sorry I don't know how to weld, I bolted everything together. And I put a hook on it for towing. There's a weight in there that I added because it needed some more weight in the back for traction. And that weight came off an old rototiller. I think it was a Toro rototiller. It was a really old one. And it was the front weight. So I add that to the back. And then the bumper is off of a 55 Chevy truck, I believe. Someone gave that to me a long time ago, so I used that. And I'm going to look underneath here and show you this. Over there you can see I added leaf spring helpers. See that? There's snow underneath here, but I can, well, I can't really knock the snow off. I guess I can. There. So those are leaf spring helpers. I added to this because I hook a wagon to the back and I haul quite a few field stones, and that definitely helps. Those springs, mind you, came off of a boat trailer that someone was moving and they gave it to me. So I tore it apart and I figured I could use that for something, and I ended up using it for this. I see you can buy kits to raise it, and I figured, well, I don't need to raise it as long as I strengthen it. There's some more of my brackets that I have here. Alright, so now one of the nicest things I added, my neighbors have asked me about this. Go like this, and you can see it. That's all the brackets. Some of these brackets came off exercising machines. Also, when that neighbor was moving, he gave me all of his junk. And I figured out how to piece this together to make my brackets to hold my box. And when I look at a project, I just consider it like when I was a kid playing with erector sets. And that's how I design things. And the only measurements I take is when I make sure that it fits. Other than that, I just see it in my mind's eye. So the box is a very cheap box. It's a rugged yard equipment. It was a small wagon that was on clearance at my local farm and fleet. And I had to reinforce the edges. And yes, I don't know how to weld. So I just bolted these pieces in, whatever I had. And you know, back here they had the brackets to hold the bags. I took all that off, and I had whatever these angle iron pieces are and whatnot, and pipe to space it. I know those came off a basketball hoop. I know that. Those outside basketball hoops, those portable ones. And I just bolted it all together. And this is very flimsy back here, so I had to add an extra reinforcing piece here. And it still opens, and I just have bolts or pins to hold it. So it works really nice. All right. As for the back of it was one of those storage sheds. And my neighbor was throwing that away too. And I figured I could use that for something. And what I did was, it was the right width. And I know there's holes in here, and I don't want water to freeze in the top. So I just drilled holes in the bottom so water runs out. And I cut slots in it. And I just bolted it in. Hi, Brandy. I just bolted it in here and added it so the wind doesn't blow through here. And it's pretty nice. Obviously it'd be better if it had doors, but this makes a big difference. And I added the reflectors, and then I cut out the back, and I added this piece of plexiglass, which was from that basketball hoop, the clear backboard on the basketball hoop. I just figured whatever spot didn't have a line in it, you can see the line here, actually, the black line of the outside. The rest had the red and the blue, and I just cut whatever size window I could fit. Okay, as for tires, these are 8-inch rims. These are stock. The tires I bought used, and I either got them off of Craigslist or Facebook, and they're ATV tires. As you can see, I decided to cut out the fender well a little bit, and then I just used zip ties to zip tie the plastic in. I had to add a few more zip ties because it wasn't rubbing, but I didn't want it to rub, and that was just my insurance on it. If I want, I do have some other fender flares that I could add to this to cover this up, and you never notice it. I just never got around to it. Tire size, these are 22 by 11 by 8s. 22 11 by 8s. And what I had to do to make them fit, if you look at the lug nuts, come on Brandy, move. I had to use some washers behind, you can see the washers in there, washers behind the rim to kick it out just a little bit so I wouldn't have any rubbing in there. And I don't have any rubbing in there. It's really close, but it doesn't rub. Okay. And I added my reflectors. I added my little insulated box there. I bought that at Harbor Freight so I can put my cell phone in it. And I won't lose my cell phone, and it won't get wet if I'm working on something. These mirrors, I got at a garage sale. These brackets to hold the mirrors, they were actually off of another E-Z-GO golf cart, and they were the handles by the seats. They had a little bit different design, and those came off of one that was electric. And then I just mounted the mirrors inside of here, and they do work. I added these because I had to get a little bit of an angle. It looks a little hokey, but it does work. The front windshield is made for an E-Z-GO golf cart. It's tinted. It works. The mirror was out of an old junk car. I decided to add that. That works too, so you can see behind you. You know, back over your dog or some cats. The front wheels are also ATV used. At the time I bought them, they weren't cracked, but they work nice. The size, they're also 8s, and they are 18 9.5/8. 18 9.5/8. Those, I don't think I added any. No, I did add some washers, a couple of washers back of those too. All right, front bumper and brackets. I don't know where oh, those brackets came off of that 55 Chevy bumper, and we just flipped them over on edge. And the front bumper, I think came off of, yeah, I think it came off of a Ford truck. And then we cut it down so it wouldn't be so wide and spliced it together right there. And then at the headlights, they do bob up and down. I had to tighten them. And the box, I don't know where I got that from. The latch, I had to put a new latch on it. Let's see. I think of anything else I did to this. Now I added the reverse and forward stickers on it. Someone else is driving it, they always get confused. I heard of people shortening the steering column. I might do that in the future, because it is kind of long. Oh, I did add the rear light. You know, that's kind of nice, people can see me. Oh, those are the modifications I did that I can remember. If you have any questions, just write a comment. If anything, please subscribe, because I need subscribers. That's very important. So I haul straw bales, I haul rocks, miscellaneous. So this could be a nice project for someone if they want to copy what I did. And thanks for watching, and please check out my other videos. Thank you.